Am I the asshole for asking my fiance to buy a new dress for our wedding that doesn't include her dead husband's memory? I, 39 male, recently got engaged to my fiance Anna, 40 female. We haven't set an exact date for the wedding since we're still browsing venues. We're hoping to have it sometime next summer or fall at the very latest. Anna is a widow and has one daughter, Kara, 21 female, from her deceased husband. They were high school sweethearts that got pregnant straight after graduation. He passed away 10 years ago in a car accident. Kara, of course, misses him a lot, and I've done nothing to try and replace him. We aren't particularly close, but we get along nicely, and that's just fine for me. The rest of her family acts kind of weird around me. Her parents were best friends with her dead husband's parents, so they've known each other since preschool. Her whole family really loved him a lot. It's not like they hate me or anything, they just really miss him. Every time I see them at a family event, I can definitely count on at least one or two people to bring up some memory of her deceased husband. Then the whole family will talk, laugh, and sometimes even cry over those memories. Of course, I know he was a huge part of their lives, so I can't expect them to just forget him. But it does get sort of awkward when they almost forget that I'm even there. That is so messed up. That's so messed up. We're gradually getting closer, but they still keep me at arm's length. Any progress is good, I suppose. I know every time they look at me, the only thing they can think about is her husband, who they miss so much. Now, my family has a little tradition with wedding dresses. My mom, who only has 4 boys, likes to pay for her new daughter-in-law's dress to welcome them. When I brought this up to Anna, she just said that she'll wear her old dress since it's in good condition and still fits. I feel like that's okay as long as you and your partner both agree to it. But if your partner feels any type of way about that, it shouldn't be a thing because you didn't buy this dress for him. You bought this dress to wear when you married your late husband. You know, like to me, it's the same as when a man proposes to his girlfriend with the ring that he bought for his ex-girlfriend. Like you didn't buy it for me with the intentions to make me happy. You're using it because you have it now, but it wasn't bought, to make me happy. This isn't a money issue. We could easily afford a new dress in the wedding budget without my mom's help. Anna simply said that she doesn't like the idea of stressing out over a new dress when we have so much more planning to do. It makes me a bit uncomfortable. Her first wedding dress is very sentimental. Since she had her daughter so young, they were too busy and broke to get married until she was around 25 years old. Kara's dad asked her to sit down with her mom and help color a picture of her absolute dream dress. Anna just thought they were going to a store to pick the closest match. But her husband actually had his grandmother, who passed away a month after the wedding, sew the exact design because she was a very good seamstress. Anna looked so happy in the wedding pictures of that dress, and obviously Kara treasures it as well since she saw the design in person at the first wedding. That's really cool. That's really awesome. Like that, I think that's fucking awesome. Like they designed her wedding dress. It's the only one of its kind. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. Obviously, the dress is a beautiful design and memento to his memory, but it still makes me a bit uncomfortable. I know every person who sees the dress will only think of their first wedding the entire time. I'm sure her husband was a fantastic guy and she has the right to mourn him, but I want the wedding to focus on our upcoming life together, not only her painful past. I really want this event to speak for only us as a couple and our own love. Of course, I understand that she'll always love her daughter's father, but I want to enjoy the time with the guests without them staring and thinking of her first wedding the whole time. I completely understand that. I completely understand that. Like, it's not like OP is trying to completely get people to forget this man, never mention him, take down pictures. Like, he literally wants what is supposed to be for them to be focused only on them because he knows how deep in grief her entire family is. And I completely understand that, bro. I don't think you're the asshole. I truly don't. Plus, I'm pretty sure Kara won't be exactly thrilled to see her mom wearing the same dress that was such a special memory between her and her father to marry another man. It almost feels sort of creepy and disrespectful to wear the dress that her dead husband and his grandmother went through so much trouble to make. I would bet that neither of them pictured her wearing it to marry another guy, one who doesn't even know them. I feel like it's a bit disrespectful to their memory. When I told her all of this, she seemed flippant. She said I was thinking too much and that it wasn't a big deal. When I requested maybe even getting a cheaper plain white gown or not using my mom's offer, she shot me down. She said I was just being jealous and irrational. She seems a bit upset at me now. Really? Like, even if you don't think it's a big deal, the fact that your partner is bringing it to you makes it a deal. Your partner is telling you that something that you're planning to do is making me uncomfortable, and these are the reasons why. These are some suggestions of other things that we can do. And instead of even considering them, you shoot them down and accuse them of being jealous. I'd be jealous too if my bride was wearing a dress that she picked out for her late husband. When we have the money to buy another one, I would. I would, especially with what he's experiencing, being completely forgotten in a room full of people when you guys just go and you talk about him as if he's not even there. Some of my friends and my parents say that I should have dropped it when she said no the first time. They say my words make me seem a bit egotistical and petty. I love Anna a lot, and I don't like the idea of making her think that I don't fully trust her. Was I just being petty, and should I apologize? Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. No, I don't think you're the asshole at all, nor do I think you're being petty or irrational. What I do think is you are a replacement for her late husband. I do feel like the irrational one is your fiance, because she says that it's not a big deal. Then if it really wasn't a big deal, why is she not willing to get another dress? She says that she doesn't want to stress out about having to pick out a new gown. You suggested a plain, simple dress, and she still shot it down. So it may not be a big deal to her, but it's a big deal to you because you brought it to her and it bothers you. And it's driving me crazy that instead of her being honest and admitting to you that this is something that she would still like to do, she's going to lie to you about it, pretend that it's not, that it's not anything important, and then make it seem like you're the problem. That's absolutely not okay. That is not okay. I don't think you're the asshole for this at all. Your fiance and her family need help. They need to go and get some therapy. This man passed away 10 years ago, and they are still deep in grief as if it's been a couple of months. It's been a couple of weeks, and that's not healthy. That is not healthy, to the point where every time, somebody brings up something, we all end up in tears, and we're not able to form new bonds and new relationships without the shadow of our old relationship and the grief of our past loved one hanging over us. That is not healthy at all. They need to go and get some help. My parents threw out my sister's favorite pair of shoes for getting a B on a final. My sister got a B on her calculus final, and my parents had a complete meltdown. She's been having trouble in this class all semester. They've done nothing but tell her to work harder. They told her there would be consequences if she didn't get an A on the test, and then they threw out 2 pairs of Doc Martens that she worked the entire summer for. I'm so mad at them. She's already taking 3 AP classes and tutoring 3 other students in a different class. She barely has a social life because she has to study 24/7. They expect her to get into an Ivy League school, and any other school would be failure in their eyes. Her dream school is Penn State, but that's not an Ivy League school, so they stopped her from even applying. They don't plan on paying for her tuition either. They expect her to receive a full scholarship. They treat her like garbage and then act surprised when she acts out in response. This poor baby. These people are disgusting. I refuse to even call them parents. These people are disgusting. She doesn't deserve to be treated like this. She ran out of the house in tears, and I found her sobbing in a park next to our house. I know they're just a pair of shoes, but they meant a lot to her. She wore them everywhere. I hate seeing her like this. They treat us so differently, and I hate it. They demand perfection from her, but they coddle me like a baby. They don't expect perfection from me, and if I make a mistake, they brush it off. But if my sister comes home 1 minute past curfew, she's grounded for 2 weeks. If I came home an hour past curfew, they would tell me next time it'll be different, but I never receive a punishment. They love parading around their son's achievements, but they barely speak a word of my sister's achievements to the family. My uncle told me that I did a good job for getting good grades at Thanksgiving last month. I told him that my sister has the highest GPA in her class. He didn't care. That pisses me off so much. That pisses me off so fucking much. This baby is working herself to the bone. She's gonna burn herself out, and they don't even fucking care. They don't even care that she's working her hardest and doing what she can to help other people achieve. All they do is tell her that it's not enough. This breaks my heart. I hate this so much for her. If my sister gets anything less than an A, they tell her she doesn't care about her future. But if I get a C in a class, they tell me that it's not a big deal and I tried my best. The only reason I got a C in chemistry is because my awesome sister sat me down and helped me. I love that her sibling is on her side. Because normally in situations like this, we see the siblings treat the black sheep the same way the rest of the family does. I love the fact that her sibling is on her side. That if anybody recognizes how hard she works and how amazing she is, it's her fucking sibling. My sister has been my rock and my role model my entire life. And when she leaves for college next year, I'm gonna miss her so much. I tell her that I'm not gonna miss her, but I will. She hasn't left her room all day, and my mom asked me why she was so mad. You cut the laces of her favorite shoes and threw them out the window into the bushes. My sister isn't going to talk to them for weeks, probably. They won't even understand why. They're never going to understand why. My sister doesn't deserve this treatment. My dad does seem extremely remorseful, though. He never says sorry for anything, but he's been knocking on her door since 10 a.m., trying to apologize. He keeps saying that he needs to start being more kind to my sister. That fucking sucks. They need to be a hell of a lot more than just fucking kind to her. Like, I hate this so fucking much. These people have already lost her. Normally it's like when she moves away, she's not, no, they've already lost her. She has already mentally and emotionally cut ties with your parents. She has. Your sister is 100% going to cut ties as soon as she steps out of your house and has no plans to come back. The moment she goes off to college, she's never going to come back. My advice would be, tell your sister what you think of her. Tell her how much you admire her and how she's your role model. She needs to hear that her hard work is being recognized by somebody. She needs to hear it. Even though she may say that she doesn't, she may say that it doesn't matter, it means the world to her. As hard as she's working, hearing that one person recognizes it and looks up to her because of it will mean the world to her. Tell your sister how you feel about her. You won't expect the response that you're going to get from her. Definitely, because she's going to leave. She's going to leave. At least let her know that I am not my parents. I know that they fucking suck, but when you leave, don't leave me. Keep in contact with me because I love you and I recognize you as the amazing person that you are. Make sure she knows before she leaves because she's 100% going to leave and she's not coming back. I made the mistake of asking my wife for an open marriage and I regret it. I feel like a complete idiot here. My wife and I have been married for 19 years. We have one child together. Our daughter moved out this summer after she enlisted in the armed forces. I love my wife, but I felt like the spark was gone from our lives. I didn't want to divorce her, so I proposed an open marriage. She was upset initially, but eventually she agreed. Now, we all know how these things work out. And we also know that majority of the time, people propose open marriages as a way for them to cheat without cheating, so to speak. Like I said in the title of my post, I made a mistake. I've learned that just because I wasn't as attracted to my wife as I was when we got married, it doesn't mean that other men would feel the same. My wife has had so many men and dates, she doesn't know what to do with them. Meanwhile, it's exactly the opposite for me. That's what you get. That's what he gets. Not only that, but after my wife agreed to an open marriage, I asked a woman who was a colleague of mine out on a date. I was a manager at my job, but I wasn't her manager. We worked in completely different divisions, and our work had nothing to do with each other's jobs. But even though I wasn't her manager and I'm in an open marriage, she complained to her manager and showed HR my messages. I lost my job. That's what you get. That's what you get making that girl fucking uncomfortable at work. I told my wife that I want to close our marriage again because I was an idiot for suggesting it in the first place. She said no. She's happy with how things are. It's killing me when I know that she's with other men. My brother called me a moron when I told him, and he said expecting my wife to look like she did when she got married made me a dunce. He even went as far as to say she takes good care of herself and she's in great shape to be 44. She just doesn't look 20. He had the nerve to say my wife looks better than me and I could stand to lose some weight. Bro, this is just getting worse and worse in the best of ways. I love it. I'm here for all of this. I love my wife and I don't want a divorce. I never wanted a divorce, which is why I proposed this in the first place. But she doesn't want to close the marriage. I'm not worried about money because we both work, but I don't want a divorce. I'm just glad my daughter enlisted in the RCAF and isn't here to see our marriage fall apart. And the most selfish man in the world award goes to OP. Because literally, bro wanted to cheat without being labeled a cheater. So he suggested opening their marriage because he had his eyes on one of his coworkers, just to find out that Sugarfoot didn't feel the same. Now he don't got no job, and all he can do is sit at home. sit at home and watch his wife get wined and dined by men that's not him. I love it. Sir, you deserve everything. You are so fucking selfish. You are so fucking selfish. Everything that's happening to you, you 100% deserve it. You wanted to open your marriage and now it's not working out. So now you want to close it. It's always about how you feel. I love your wife. I fucking love her. I do. I truly do. I love that she is getting everything and she is rubbing it in your face and she's not even trying. Not even trying. All she's doing is giving you what you wanted and it's tearing you up inside and out. And I am here for every bit of it. Am I the asshole for calling the police when the parents that I babysat for were late? No. Because how was I supposed to know that you guys were still alive? How was I supposed to know that everybody was okay? Nobody was answering me when no, hell no, I'm calling the police. You only get 2 phone calls from me before I call everybody, all the people. I, 16 female, sometimes babysit on the weekends. My mom's coworker needed a babysitter and she gave him my number. I agreed to babysit his 3 kids from 2 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. The parents had some party to go to. It went okay, but the parents didn't come back at 8:30. At 9 o'clock, I tried calling. They didn't pick up. I texted a few times, and at 9:30, I called again, and again at 10, and again at 10:30. I tried calling my parents, but my dad was at a work dinner, and my mom didn't pick up. I tried calling the parents of the kids again, but they still weren't picking up or responding. No, I'm calling the police because me at my big grown ass age of 33, if you tell me you coming back at a certain time and you don't answer the phone nor answer no text messages or anything, I'm calling the people. I'm calling the people because how am I supposed to know you're not in a ditch some fucking where? And this girl is 16. 16. She's been left an extra 3 hours alone with children that are not hers at 16. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on. The smartest thing she could have done was call the fucking police. Around 11:30ish, I called the police because I didn't know what else to do and I was worried that something might have happened to the parents as well. The police came and around the same time, the parents came back. The dad screamed at me and he's still really upset. Absolutely not. You're not the asshole. Who the fuck leaves their kids with somebody but then doesn't bother to fucking answer the phone when they call them? Like, I'm going to leave my kids with this 16-year-old. She's been blowing up my phone for the last 2.5, 3 hours, and never once am I going to answer the phone. But when I come home and the police are there, I'm going to scream at her. Are you fucking kidding me? Girl, no. I would never babysit for these people again. Ever fucking again. And yo mama, how's she just going to let her 16-year-old go off to her coworker's house and you call her 10:30, 11 o'clock at night and she don't even pick up the phone? She's not worried about her 16-year-old at somebody's house they ain't never been before? That's strange. That's strange, y'all. Reddit is starting to get to me. Reddit is starting to get to me because after a while, my brain was like, yo, mom and her coworker were together. But the girl said parents, as in, it was a mom and a dad. So I need to pull my head out of the clouds and come back to reality because in my mind, that's why your mama wasn't answering the phone because she was with him. Like, I am tripping. But no, for real, your mom sucks. And baby, you are not the asshole. She made another edit that she was paid, but she wasn't paid for the extra 3 hours that she sat there trying to figure out where these people were and why they weren't answering the fucking phone. They only paid her from 2 to 8:30. Like, that's some bullshit for real.